As I indicated several years ago at my blogs, I have finally entered into the next phase of my TRT testosterone replacement therapy program. And that is the next phase where I'm going to start addressing human growth hormone. This is something only for older men, men over the age of 40 or so. And I will tell you exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and what my future plans are for you older guys to emulate. Maybe if you want, it's totally optional. Or for you younger guys to think about as you get older, maybe. I am Caleb Jones. This is Alpha Male 2.0, freedom-focused lifestyle design for men. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We do 5 videos a week here on how to make both your business and your woman life more free because you need both. We are doing an online course giveaway drawing right now. That is my online course on how you can create your own location-independent business. I normally charge about $1,400 for that. You might be able to get it for free. All you need to do is like this video, be a subscriber here at YouTube, and leave a comment on this video. And every 2 weeks, I will announce the winner of the drawing at the YouTube community feed here at this YouTube channel. Okay, so about, let's see, I want to say 6 years ago. It's on my blogs. Maybe 7 years ago, I started TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. I believe I was in my early 40s at the time, 43 or so, somewhere around there. And I have written several articles, about 5 or 6 articles. You can look them up. You can Google Black Dragon blog TRT. I will actually include links to these articles down below. They're a little dated. They're a few years old, but these articles go through my experiences with TRT. And the bottom line is that TRT is and was and still is one of the best decisions I have ever made in my entire life. It enhanced my life that was already pretty good, even better. As soon as I started TRT, within a few months, my income went up 82%. My average monthly income went up 82%. So despite the fact that it cost me several $100s a month, it more than pays for itself. The benefits of TRT are numerous. Your sleep gets better. Your muscle mass improves. Your skin looks better. You have less stress. You have more energy. You have more drive. A bunch of other stuff I'm forgetting. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. And if you just take care of a few things, and if you do the protocol correctly under the supervision of a qualified doctor, please use a doctor for all this stuff. And please, for the rest of this video, check with your doctor before you try anything I talk about. I am not a doctor. I cannot give medical advice, nor is this medical advice. I'm just telling you what my experiences are. So for the past several years, I've been on TRT. I take 2 injections per week. Plus I do an HCG injection, which helps the natural testosterone in my body. Plus I also take a vitamin D injection. I do that twice a week, twice or three times a week. And one of these days I'll do a video and I'll go through exactly what I do and how I do it and how much I inject. I'll go through all that stuff. I'll probably do that soon. But the next piece that I wanted to add to this was human growth hormone. Now that is not testosterone. Human growth hormone is basically the hormone in your body that keeps you young, that keeps you looking young. It is a youth serum. It reverses your aging. It increases not only how your skin looks as you get older, but also your recovery times from an exercise, muscle mass, the thing where you start gaining body fat, especially in your belly for men. It either fixes that or dramatically helps that, particularly if you are exercising often. And I'm at the point now where I'm exercising 6-7 days a week pretty consistently. And so this year I wanted to start human growth hormone. And just like TRT, human growth hormone replaces the human growth hormone that I lost, that I used to have when I was 18. So TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. And I'll do another video on this, and I've talked about this in my blogs already, but that means that you're not increasing the amount of testosterone you've had. That's steroid use, and that's fucking stupid. Instead, it just replaces the natural amount of testosterone you used to have in your late teens and early 20s. That's it. And you don't go beyond that. So same thing with human growth hormone. This is going to replace the human growth hormone that I had in my late teens, early 20s. And I'm not going to go past where that ever was. I'm just going to replace it. Now, the actual process of getting human growth hormone, the actual stuff, it's an injection, is very expensive. And so I have decided to not go that route yet because it's just not in my budget. The price ranges anywhere from $800 a month to do the shitty version to do the version I want. It's going to run me about $1,600 a month. Can I afford that? Yes, I can afford it, but I hate spending money. I'm very anal about how I spend my money. I have a very tight budget. That's just how I am, and I just couldn't justify that expense. Plus, unlike with testosterone, there's no way I can definitively say that if I spend $1,600 a month on human growth hormone, I'll get even more energy and make even more money. I mean, that might happen, maybe, but I can't definitively say that. Odds are pretty low. I'm a pretty high energy guy already, so I don't know about that. So instead, what I'm doing is I'm going 50% there. And what I'm doing, on the advice of several doctors I've talked to, including an old friend of mine, is that I am going to start, actually I've already started, I started about a week and a half ago. Instead of injecting human growth hormone, injecting peptides, certain peptides that actually help your body stimulate more human growth hormone. So for you guys on TRT, an example of that would be, instead of taking testosterone, you just took HCG. And what that would do is it would raise your testosterone by naturally increasing your flow of testosterone in your body. That's what peptides do. Peptides are not human growth hormone, but they stimulate the growth internally of human growth hormone in your body, which is very, very good. Now, why do that instead of human growth hormone? Because it's really inexpensive. Really inexpensive. Instead of $1,600 a month, it's running me about, let's see, I get a discount because Pink Firefly is doing it too. I think I'm going to end up paying, don't quote me on these exact figures, maybe $250, $300 a month, all told, maybe $400 a month on the outside. That's certainly within my budget, no problem. And what I will do is when I get to the point where I will start doing actual human growth hormone, hopefully next year, my doctor tells me that I should do 2 months of human growth hormone, then take a month off human growth hormone and just do the peptides like I'm doing now, and then go back on. So human growth hormone, 2 months, peptides 1 month, and then repeat that forever. So I'm pretty excited. So my understanding is, I just started doing this about 10 days ago. My doctor said that I will not notice any real difference until about 2 weeks. Differences as in increased energy, increased recovery time, things like that. Things like making your skin look more youthful, that will take about 6 months to occur. So and I'm in really no rush for that. I got started on that, and Pink Firefly as well got started on that. She is 40, I am 48. And to repeat, this is only something really for guys who are a little older. I would not recommend this for guys in their 30s, although again, I am not a doctor, please consult your doctor. Unlike testosterone replacement therapy, which I do recommend for any man of any age, if you have low testosterone and if you try to grow it naturally and it doesn't work, then you address it, regardless of your age, even if you're 28. But human growth hormone, you don't want to take it when you're 28. You probably don't want to take it when you're 35. You're probably looking at something about 40. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe 37. I don't know. But I started taking it, like I said, about 10 days ago. And he said it would take about 2 weeks to kick in. Well, this morning, right now for my exercise, I always change this every few months to change it up. Right now I'm doing a 3-day split for weightlifting. So I lift very, very heavy. I do progressions all the way up to my 2-rep max on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That's right. And so today, as I record this video, is a Tuesday. It may not go up on a Tuesday, but today when I record it is a Tuesday. And this morning, I definitely felt an energy increase. I do a lot of mobility stretching. I do a lot of mobility exercises. Then I lift heavy, excuse me, and then I do cardio. And on the days that I do weightlifting, I do maybe, 15 minutes of cardio at the end. And usually by the time I'm doing 5 minutes of cardio, I'm already worn out from the goddamn weightlifting. So 5 minutes, I'm like, ugh. So I was on the elliptical machine upstairs. And again, one of these days I'll do a video. I'll go through my entire house so you can see my workout room and all that stuff. I'll do that soon. And anyway, so I was going for a while. And I'm thinking, boy, it must have been about 5 minutes. Now let me check because I don't look at the time. I bring up the time. It had been 15 minutes. And I felt fine. I went, whoa, what the hell? I feel fine. I did another 10 minutes. I did 25 minutes, which for me is a lot on a heavy weightlifting day. So either I had an off day today or it's starting to kick in. I don't know. We'll find out. As I go along with this process over the next few weeks, I will give you updates on how I'm doing. If you want to know the specific peptide that I'm taking, I am taking something called ipamorelin. I had an option of 3 or 4 or 5 different types. I chose ipamorelin, and there's a compound in there, and I forget what it is. When I do the video and how I do my injections, I'll go through exactly what I take and the exact dosages. I take very little. So I take 5 injections a week. By the way, Pink Firefly does the same thing. 5 injections a week. We do them on the same nights. We do it together. She wants to do it together because that's how she is. And I take 1/10 of a cc, so it's literally that much, hardly any. And unlike injecting it into your muscle like you do with TRT, you actually do a fat injection. You can do it in your thigh. You can do it above your butt. You can do it around your stomach. I do it around my stomach. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm very excited. We'll see what happens. So this is phase 1. or I should say phase 4 in my case, of maximizing my youth for as long as I can. The next phase will be real human growth hormone, and when I start that, I will definitely talk about that, but that's probably not going to be till next year, probably till after I move out of the country, most likely. Why am I doing this? Well, a few things. Number one, I have said many, many, many times, and I will say it many, many times again, the alpha male 2.0 cannot age like shit. The typical beta male and most alpha male 1.0s who eventually surrender to monogamy can afford, quote unquote, to start aging and looking like shit as they get into their 40s, 50s, and 60s because they think that they're monogamous and good to go. So if they gain a bunch of weight or they get really old, they lose their hair, they look like shit by the time they're in their 50s or 60s, they say, I don't care, I'll be married. Have you checked divorce rates lately, buddy? Anyway, the alpha male 2.0 doesn't have that option because you will never be monogamous. I will never be 100% monogamous. Even if I am married a pink firefly for the rest of my life, I will still bring in, on a semi-regular basis, new FBs as old FBs cycle out. So I cannot age and look like shit as I age. So my objective is, this is my objective now. I'm not suggesting you need to have this objective, but my objective for me is to look as close to age 37 as I can literally for the rest of my life. Now, will I be able to do that literally? Of course not. Am I going to look 37 when I'm 65? Of course not. But as close to 37 as I can. And the reason I've chosen age 37, I've talked about this in my blogs before, is in my opinion, and a lot of you agree with this, in terms of physical appearance, nothing else now, just physical appearance, I think men max in attractiveness around age 37. Men don't look their best in their 50s, right? They don't look bad, but they don't look their best. Men don't look their best in their 20s, in my opinion. Women do, but men don't. I think men in their 20s look like dorks. And I'm not insulting you if you're in your 20s, because when I was in my 20s, I looked like a fucking dork. So I'm talking to myself. So I think late 30s is where men peak. And so my model and my objective for my aging is to look as close to 37 as I can for the rest of my life. We'll see how well I do. In 10 years, check back with me, and we'll see how I look based on all this testosterone and water intake and all this anti-aging stuff I'm doing. We will see. I'm almost 50. Do I look almost 50? Probably not. So that's it. I will update you guys on how this goes. And I will probably provide regular updates as this goes along, certainly as I convert to human growth hormone next year. And like I said, I will do a video soon on exactly how I do my injections, how often I do them, how I handle the syringes. I'll do all that stuff. I'd be happy to do that. If you want more resources and information on things like this, Alpha Male 2.0 and anti-aging and things like that, not fitness. I don't teach fitness. I can't teach fitness. I will never teach fitness. I don't want to teach fitness. But anti-aging, I can talk about that. You can go to joinsmic.com. That is my audio training and mentorship program. Or in the meantime, you can click here to find out why women leave men, or you can click here to learn about how women qualify for different Alpha Male 2.0 relationships. I will see you soon.